since a lot of these cycle tracks, of course, were where the trains used to go, there are enough areas where you can find loose remnants of where the train tracks used to be, like old station sections, where it's the convenience of how they go through quite optimally a lot of the areas where towns, villages are. Walking across the coasts on the island in general isn't the most consistent. Some areas there's a good amount of cycle paths, but others there's private land and general housing where you got to zigzag around. You can't just walk from Fort Victoria to like Tottenham Bay. You got to go through a few like fields on the way.
Looping down the off-beaten path has its own trinkets. You find an abandoned phone booth, old concrete structures, some interesting animals, loose birds by the river, a log grotto maybe, and of course, cans. Bring a litter bag.
With sting nettles, the exact point that stings you is quite literally a microscopic syringe, like in its shape. It probably injects a sort of light irritant that for most animals is a lot more impactful, but it is just more discomfort than anything. It was at the roots from some of the trees as it starts to grow through and sort of crack and bend some of the concrete beneath it.
Compared to other counties, the island's surprisingly compact. On the mainland you can drive for hours through grids of cattle and crops, concrete mazes, assorted private land. Island has everything quite close together, if not a bit zigzaggy with wiggly terrain, while the driven road wasn't carved with automobiles in mind. But buses are quite direct, go through all the towns and most of the villages. The old train and now cycle tracks go everywhere quite straightforward, as well as the actual trains on the east side. A lot of footpaths, if not the most indirect, especially when it's been rainy with all that mud, slick and puddles. Another fan of that, the hills and chalky cliffs are quite clear.